Oh, well, hello there. Welcome back to this magical little place of a YouTube channel, and thank you for joining me in this moment in space and time. We're doing some more tarot readings. Today's look in on the sign of Taurus. You can't ignore us. We're Taurus, and we're here to ask Tarot what's going to be coming up for Taurus. What kind of energies are we going to be seeing? Are we going to be looking at, looking forward to, looking to circumnavigate for the month of February or the upcoming, the near future? Let's be in a place where we're promoting happiness. I hope you're all well and doing good out there. We got a little jumper, just a quick Six of Cups coming out there. Hope you're all enjoying whatever life is bringing forward to you at this time. And remember that we're not really so much as expecting our future to happen to us. We're making our future happen for us, right? And that's kind of how we're going through this process of collectively all waking up. And Taurus, you've always been a driving force out there in the constellations and the stars and here as humans on this planet. And I want to give out all my love, respect, and encouragement to you at this time. All right, Tarot, I think when we ask for Taurus in the month of February, we are going to be ready to go. So let's cut through the cheese of the jibber jabber and the chitter chatter and see what's going on. Speaking of that, we got the Magician up here as the overall energy at the bottom of the deck here. So what resourcefulness have you implemented that has been affecting your timeline as of lately? It's almost like you're doing the pure procurement of the finer things to engage either on a new journey here or to present. I have the feeling of somebody making a presentation, an offer coming forward when I see coming forward from you. In most cases, I think here, Taurus, with the Magician, it's time to sort of show what you have learned or show how far you've come. Maybe somebody could be expecting it from you if that's an employer or a change that you've made, maybe to adapt or to be a larger part of a project, or just the amount of self-work that you've done to make the healthy changes that you want in your life. Overall feeling of good health is coming along with this Magician, and if you are feeling some area of physical ailment at this time, the Magician is saying here, it's like, let's focus on some homeopathic remedies or some kind of like active practice that we do so that we're feeling better. It's almost like when they say you've been sitting there so long, the only thing worse than a sore butt is when your mind lets you know that you have a sore butt, sort of thing. So these kind of situations for someone where it's like mind over matter, or reaching the next level of being able to control the energy around you. Again, this is like for somebody who has recently awoken, or it could be like a Kundalini awakening or some sort of realization that spirit and higher self go a lot further than life's physical material patterns and things like this. It is a time of awakening for you, Taurus. It could be happen slowly, but it's almost like you are now putting what you've learned into active practice, and that is the energy of the Magician. It's like using the tools that you have, knowing what you know, and now putting it to good use. Okay. Is here in the nitty gritty here, somebody could be in a situation, it looks like, where there's a desire for a change in terms of what they're doing in regards to work or what they're doing with their time. It's almost as though there might have been something that came along that slowed you down here, Taurus. Could have been another person, could have been a health issue, could have been something of that nature where you've actually had to stop. You actually had to slow right down and reevaluate, whether it's matters of health or, like I mentioned before, what you are doing with your time. How are the hours best being spent? And the Ace of Pentacles coming up in this position lets me know is that somebody could be just trudging along, doing the grind, and really not earning what they're deserving for the work that you're doing. Is the work and effort that you're putting in is not being equaled in a financial or a material way as well. where it's like you might be having to, or you might be weighing like a big presentation for a promotion, or you may just straight up be needing to ask for an increase in salary and present why you feel it is justified, or why you feel it is so. Don't be worried to go in and ask for this at present time, because the feeling is that you are recognized for who you are, but it's like you're not able to draw enough from the well of whatever that employment is to make you encouraged enough to keep on doing what you're doing. So mind the small things as well. It's like pay attention to detail through the month of February. It's, what is that old saying? The devil's in the details. But in your case, it's almost like the angels are in the details. Like the significant little hints that you could pick up on, small synchronicities, and things like this are things that you need to be in recognition of, because they continually happen all around you each and every day as you go through, whether you notice them or not, or whether you are putting two and two together in what synchronicities are meaningful or which ones are not. The smallest of those sometimes has the biggest ripple or butterfly effect, even if it is within your own consciousness, to make apparent something to you that you might like subconsciously or unconsciously normally turn a blind eye to. So pick up on those small things and let them work for you. There's news coming in from a loved one, from a family member, that everything is progressing, or that they are moving forward with something. This is kind of hard-hitting, quick action that's going by. You might find as though whatever has been slowing you down, whatever you've been preparing you for, it might have been a tough adjustment for you, because it's like things are perpetually just kind of like on the up and up, or they're really giving her, and you're feeling like, whoa, let's hold on here, let's just slow down, evaluate, and look at everything. And it's a good perspective for you to have, but at the same time, there could be some coping mechanisms that are needed, because people and their agendas, their messaging, their communication is just going to be like rapid fire. It's going to keep coming. There's like, you can only control what you can with yourself and your environment, but it's like there are things that are going to be calling to your attention, where it's like you are getting the rest you need, but in the sort of the waking, the 9 to 5 and things, there's going to be messages coming through and things that you might need to be a bit more reactive or responsive to, that you would normally like. Normally, when the things come in, you like to like kind of store them, acknowledge them, and say like, I'll get around to it when I have time. You know what? No worries. It's going to be a little bit tougher for you to do this month, because things could be adding up or piling up on you at a pace more than what you're wanting or willing to sort through them, so to speak. It's like your in basket is full, and your out basket might just be like saying, all right, it's time to catch up to everybody here, or bring things up to speed. Or for some of you, whatever it is here that you're presenting or coming forward is either you saying, I'm with it. You now have the knowledge to go forward and take more action to the people around you. Or you're just going to say, like, enough is enough. I need more time. You might even be asking for more time, more money, because we have this Ace of Pentacles up here as well. But don't be afraid to ask for that. Just kind of mix it in and going with the flow. Because now the Nine of Wands is here. Because there is a surety. There is certainty here for the direction that you are on, and what you are trying to accomplish is very good. It's like you're adding it to a repertoire of skills. You're adding it to a wheelhouse of abilities, if you will. And as long as you're proud of it, and as long as it's serving you well, don't worry or don't be afraid to present it or have a reaction from other people, whether for good or ill, positive or negative, of what they're thinking. Because I almost feel like some Tauruses are taking a moment to realize like how they're perceived, like how they're being perceived. And it's not like that's out of character for you, but at the same time, you have always been traditionally very good at being unwavering to that which is opinionated around you. There just may be for some of you a challenge in that, to make sure that either you still got it, you're still practicing it, or you need to sort of freshen up some skills in regards to not giving a rat's furry one what anybody else thinks at present time as well. This card is letting me know your will, your self, your essence is very, and source even, is very happy with where you've come. It's very pleased with the way you approach, the way you accomplish, the way you move through time and space. This is getting very etheric with this Nine of Wands up, because wands signifying work, they also signify spirit. And it's funny how the one suit encompasses the two things that create sometimes the most duality in our life, which is our spiritual time versus our nitty-gritty, getting her done type attitude. But I think when we see this Nine of Wands up here, it's for a recognition of an accomplishment within self, and it as well is saying that there is time, there is going to be created time for a change, but you have not identified it yet, or you may be in the process of identifying what you would like that change to be, or how it needs to present itself in order for you to be reactive to it. And for a lot of you, it is because you could be evaluating, like, what kind of money is going to be coming in, what kind of time am I going to have to deal with this. So we can just do our best to, like, take a deep breath, like deep into the belly, and say, don't worry about it. It's going to be all right. It's going to be okay. In some decks, the Nine of Wands, the blindfold is coming off the character in the card, so that they're like becoming more aware or attuned to a situation. This particular deck, you can see the focus of the one wand that is in front, while the other 8 are in behind. So it's almost reaffirming here that the 8 is like sort of the wisp of the world, and the energy, the fast-moving energy, and the hustle and the bustle and the hub and the bub and the hubbub all together is just rolling along, yet you remain like this unwavering force, because your focus, as long as you keep it there, is going to be remained. And again, that term unwavering comes through in the message. All right, more wands here. The King of Wands. So what's going on, right? Is there fire energy around, or like if you're in here on a relationship type thing, in terms of a colleague or a lover or something like that? We could be just seeing that this is a very fast and passionate time with lovers. That it's almost like you're loving the feeling of like letting go of a little bit of control, perhaps. To see this up in the heart, it's like you might find yourself falling head over heels for a Leo or a Sagittarius in the upcoming little whiles, or you currently are. And this person is kind of like, they're on the same page as you, I feel. For those of you that are involved with this fire sign, even Aries comes into play here. But I see this mostly as Leo and Sagittarius for most of you, where it's like this person is there in terms of a guidance and in terms of igniting a passion within you. So this might even be involved where somebody where you're like being, you could be like coaching another person, or you could be being coached in terms of like making the best out of situations, or answering the things that only like you need to sometimes, you need a sounding board to bounce that idea off somebody in order so you can actually get the feeling of how it feels about the change or about a decision you're about to make, how it actually feels once you talk to somebody. So there is a support there, I feel. And when I see this up here, I see this unwavering confidence coming through in terms of self and in terms of like fast moving action. You're going to be keeping pace. You're going to be picking up your footsteps, and it's going to come even subconsciously and naturally. So what I want to make sure is that nobody here is going to get too tired out. Don't get burnt out is the other thing, because where's the rest? Where's the relaxation? We've got focus. We've got fast moving energy. We've got passion. We've got desire. So we got to just make sure here that we don't burn out. All right, because that's the other thing. And I think congratulations may be in order. You may have somebody in your family that has conceived or has given birth, or even you yourself could be in a position where you're expecting, and you're just like, there could be a lot of hormonal like changes and things and diet that you're kind of going through in terms of your physiology and your body and changes in that nature. For others, this is giving birth to the project. This is the presentation or the groundwork that is being laid towards amalgamating tools and resources together towards putting a dream into action, right? It's more so than just manifesting to something into your reality. You're actually like constructing. And I'm the type of person, maybe it's too much masculine energy, but I can definitely get the difference between what is manifest and what is constructed. All right, constructed means that you have you have the preconceived notion where you see it from dream into reality, through refinement into perfection to presentation, finished product, let go, new chapter. And the Empress is, and on the other side of the coin, for those of you in manifestation, where you're actually just like willing things into you through the law of attraction. I feel that the Empress up in this point, if it is manifestation, affirmations need to be in place to self and to others at this time, because of the construction of it is almost what is like Source is wanting for you to like build it from the ground up and to experience the blood, sweat, and tears that sometimes these things take, whether just like wanting the easy path or what the new age messengers have all say, just relax, just be easy, and it will come. Taurus, to easier align with this energy, it's like you find a better way. You find a way to construct it. You find the most efficient way to do it, and you do it at a pace that is suitable to you, so that you have some control over when the final product or when the actual physical thing is manifested back into your reality. Big energy there with the Empress as she comes up and matches and aligns with the Magician, to know that things are going to be created. Like, this is definitely like got baby making material written all over it, but it also has the realization of an idea created in reality. And because the Magician's there, and even the King of Wands to a degree, it's like it's through a constructive process. It's through actually putting hammer to nail into wood, or welding angle iron back to a piece of I-beam. You're actually like putting it together. All right. Oh my goodness, how many lower? We got 1, 2, and 3 up here in your reading, Taurus. This is amazing. There's clarity coming for those of you that are in on the relationship or the present. There's information coming forward. There's something being revealed to you this month. It could be something within self, but when I see this is like a spirit revealing something. So it goes back to the very start of the reading with this Magician 1 into 2, where I felt like some in Taurus are actually at the very beginning of like this awakening process, this cluing into like maybe these hippies are onto something with what they're doing with astrology, tarot, or even if it's just like a Pleiadian contact message on some corner of YouTube, where or it could be just like someone could have been like Christian or Judean their whole life, and they're starting to realize the wisdom that exists in the Eastern philosophy or Eastern teaching. I don't like to get political or religious on this channel at all, but when I see this High Priestess card, it's like somebody is receiving a revelation that is going to be like life-changing, or at least opening the mind up to new potentials, new potentiality, new realms of understanding. Like this is powerful stuff here. 1, 2, and 3 aligned like this in this reading. So I want to offer just congratulations to someone and tell them to stick with it. To sometimes faith is not certainty. It's not security, right? Belief is not. It's like faith is going out on that limb and trusting what feels to be right to be real, even though it may go against whatever you've been conditionally taught to think for most of your life. And you're going to create something beautiful out of it. You're going to come out on top. There is no way that you can open your mind to more knowledge and have it not turn out for the better. Somebody needed to hear that message. That was as plain as it gets. All right, 4 of Cups up here now. So yeah, definitely a little bit of patience needed in terms of fast-moving energy. Some of you are going to receive a proposal. I'm not sure if it's a wedding proposal or a proposal like maybe to take things to the next level. Your lover is going to come forward and ask, and it makes sense here now when we see it. Somebody's lover is they're going to come forward and ask you to take a bigger commitment or take that walk off the deep end in terms of marriage or something like that. There's a proposal. Maybe it's run away to Mexico with me, or run away to wherever. And you're going to need some time to think about it. You're not going to be able to, the feeling is like you're going to need time to evaluate. You're going to want to evaluate. You're going to make sure that what you've asked for is what you really want. And all of what we've just been through in terms of constructing and manifesting, there is going to come this point where I feel spirit or directly another person in your walking life in and that's still through spirit, is going to ask you to say, is this what you truly want? Are you willing to give me more? Are you willing to give more of yourself? And again, it comes back down to time and money, to this endeavor, to this relationship, right? But it's great to see this magician up here, because it's like, the choice is yours. You silly. The choice is yours. You can do it. And just let this person know, if you need a little bit more time or space to resolve it through your own meditations. That's fine. If that person doesn't understand, then that's your first clue, right? So never be afraid to do that. And a reversal on 10 of Swords here. So yeah, for some people, it's not easy. Things are moving by so fast, you really wish they would slow down for yourself. So I would think, whatever your sanctuary, your sacred place is, where you do your best thinking, where you get your most work done, where it might be a study, it might be, just a quiet place that you go to, and things of comfort, whether it's a macchiato or a cinnamon bun or whatever it is, and in that place where you watch the people go by, or you can just listen to some soft jazz or whatever it is that you're into playing in the background. These are places we're going for relief and release, all right? When tensions build, if tensions build, this card lets me know to tell you, change your physical positioning in terms of, maybe it's like a very busy office environment, or maybe it's a domestic situation where there is only 1 hour of peace and quiet per week. You may find yourself circumnavigating to more quiet and restful places to find certainty, comfort, and guidance from spirit at this time. Because wow, Taurus, you're being asked to open your eyes. You're being asked to become witness to your own spiritual evolution. And these kinds of things and these kinds of readings don't come around too often where we see this stuff, right? So we'll piece it together through February. What we're going to see is, hopefully, we're getting this mixture of you accommodating incoming reality versus taking charge and creating your own future and things like that. It's a slow process, which is okay for you guys. But if anyone's coaching you that it needs to be quicker, you need to be more efficient, you need to, it's okay to tell them, I need more time and space. And if you really want me to, I'm going to need a little bit more cash, Charlie. All right. Taurus, it's been a great one. This has been one of my most favorite readings to do this month, because the message is a little bit more divergent than what the message for many of the signs, the collective energies, which authentically we tend to base, I tend to base the readings on. It's a little bit left of center, which is great. I really love to see that divergent from collective energy coming through, because there is a lot of that personal space for growth and attainment. And yeah, we're cruising through it. I love you lots, Taurus. Thanks for joining me on this reading, and we'll see you again real soon.